Okay, so I don't own the rights to any music that's playing in the background. That's the first thing. Hi, good morning. My name is Karee Honeywood, doula with Mooncycle Mama Doula and Wellness LLC. As you guys can see, I'm out and about today. My early morning client canceled, so I decided that I still wanted to continue on and to provide you guys with the answers to your questions regarding those sleep. What are the best methods or the ways that we can help you guys with so that you can actually utilize and you can sleep better and sleep more with the new baby or with toddlers. So let's drum roll it out. Yes. Okay, so first we're going to start off with some tips. These are first starting off with the safe sleep practices for babies. So as we all know, the American Academy of Pediatrics recently announced that only one half of the infants in the United States are put in a bed in a way that follows the best medical advice. Now, thanks to the increased awareness about safe sleep practices for babies, cases of sudden death and sudden infant death syndrome (SIDS) have fallen by more than 50% in the recent years. While progress has been dramatic, there's still a long way for us to go. So if you are a new parent, learn how to protect your baby while they slumber. So first we're going to talk about guarding against SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. First, for number one, we're talking about placing the baby on their back. Lying them on their back is in fact the safest position for an infant because, of course, their breathing passages won't be blocked by having their face against the mattress. Put your baby on the back, even if they're lying down just for a few minutes. Second thing, as we all know, we love to keep the babies with the hats on. So consider this and go bareheaded, right? Forget about the nightcaps or hats. It's best to just keep everything away from your baby's face, so your baby is not suffocating by any of the hats that they're wearing, just to make sure that they're not colicky. For number three, stay cool. So overheating throughout the night and day, especially wrapped in receiving blankets, the onesies and things like that, can contribute to SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. A onesie is usually all that your baby needs to wear. So not the little footy pajamas, a receiving blanket, another blanket, mitts, hats, and everything else. We wanted to dramatically decrease the baby from overheating, which also decreases SIDS. Skip the blanket. Covers can come loose and can actually twist around the baby or make them too warm. If you think that a blanket is necessary, I would suggest, if anything, that talk to your doctor more about how you can swaddle correctly. And if you are interested in learning some swaddling methods, you can also locate that on my YouTube page at Mooncycle Mama Doula and Wellness. Okay, clear out the crib. Now, other than your baby's mattress, you should keep everything else out of the crib. That includes pillows, bumpers, stuffed toys, things like that. All you need is a firm mattress, nothing in the crib, because you want to minimize the risk of your baby choking or being smothered. Breastfeed if possible. This is something that, for those breastfeeding moms, this is very convenient. In addition to all the other benefits, of course, that you can receive from breastfeeding. Breastfed babies are less likely to experience SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. So it's a good practice, not only for you, but for your baby also. Immunize your baby. So this is completely, up to you. But with the baby coming out new into this world and kind of nasty out here, but so consider immunizations. Immunizations appear to protect the babies from SIDS, as well, of course, of the other diseases. that they're designed for. Now, I would say here, follow your pediatrician's recommendations. However, it is of course important to watch for signs of a reaction after any immunization that your baby receives and immediately seek medical attention and treatment for any concerning symptoms. Next thing is be careful about sharing beds. Now, of course, we can't tell you what to do, but when it comes to co-sleeping and you're sharing beds with you, your partner, as well as baby, while some families do believe in sleeping together, studies have shown that it can be quite risky. Someone in the bed could roll over on you or your baby. So be especially careful if you're a very heavy sleeper. Sleep in the same room. Now, of course, I always talking about sleeping in the same room. This way you're able to hear the baby and just pick up on any of those cues, and you're right in the same room. On the other hand, of course, sleeping in the same room can help keep your baby out of harm's way. A crib that attaches to your bed may be the ideal way for the baby to stay close to you. So consider that. Avoid cigarette smoke. Cigarette smoking around a baby is a no. So if you're trying to quit smoking, minimizing the risk of SIDS gives you even more reasons to stop smoking. Try a combination of methods if you need extra help with quitting smoking, because the babies cannot be around cigarette smoke at all. Talk with other caregivers. So share these facts about SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, with everyone who cares for your baby. Get you a nanny, get you a postpartum doula, get you a sibling doula, babysitter, parents, your in-laws. Get everyone on board when it comes to sudden infant death syndrome, and in ways that you all can make sure that you can prevent it, right? Now, we do have some additional sleep suggestions for babies. Create tummy time. That's a big one. Lying your baby on their stomach is very beneficial for your baby as long as they're awake and you're in the room watching them. This way, your baby enjoys playing. The baby is also strengthening their muscles and sharpening their motor skills. And you can extend tummy time even longer, especially when they get older. Works towards a consistent sleep schedule. That's very important. Now, first, of course, you'll need to follow your baby's lead. And I do hear this question a lot of times from mothers. They're lacking sleep and the baby won't go to sleep. The baby is set on their own schedule where the baby may be awake all night and sleep all during the day. I get it. I definitely get it. So you can expect, just like I mentioned, to be woken up several times during the night. If you're starting around about 2 months of age, you'll probably find that a regular sleeping schedule is becoming more feasible. So it does take time to get your baby on a sleep schedule. And within time, you will notice that sleep schedule that you have created for your baby will be very beneficial. Let's see. The next thing, take naps. Take advantage of your baby's nap times and get some rest for yourself. As a new mother or a seasoned mom, going through this, especially not getting the sleep that you need, is very critical when it comes for you for caring for the new baby. And above all, I am here to talk about even more things so that you can get the sleep that you need, so that you are 100% to care for the baby. It's common for new babies to doze off at least, 4 times a day, if not more. Definitely get into the habit of asking for help so that you are able to get sleep yourself. Being a new parent is a tough job. Take advantage of the experience and the assistance of others. And let your family know what you need and seek the support of others, including other parents and your postpartum doula, right? Okay, let's see. Since since babies do in fact spend more time asleep than they do awake, it's up to you to keep them snug and secure while they snooze. Your children will get a head start on growing up healthy, and you yourself will sleep better knowing that you've taken every precaution against SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. So, this concludes this section regarding the safe sleep practices for new and seasoned parents. And this, of course, goes for babies as well as toddlers, because even though you would think that SIDS is only for babies, it is definitely in existence for older children as well. So we're concluding this, and we're going to move on. And I will be taking any questions that you have, so go ahead and just put those in the comments, and I will answer those as well. Don't talk about my nails. I'm going to be getting them done sometime this week. You know, with all of these graduations and so forth, and all of these events that I have coming up, I must continue doing what I'm doing, and nails is not going to stop me from doing that, right? Okay. Let me see what other great questions that we have. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. So like I said before, and let me make sure that I say this again, I do not own the rights to any music that is playing in my background. So don't copyright strike this video. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm starting to see my questions. I kept seeing someone saying, hey, I got a question. It was taking a while for them to load up, but I did go ahead and see them. Okay. So you guys asked me to create something like a mother sleep guide, or some type of survival guide for new parents, for new moms when they're sleep deprived, right? So I've came up with an abridged version and so forth. As I mentioned, this is more of an informational session, and I'm giving a little tips on each and every little thing there. For the full format, you would just have to reach out to me either via email or one of my social media platforms, and just ask about how you can get this course sent out to you, or the full session emailed out to you. And I'll do that for you as well. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be free, but I am saying, especially if you're not a client of mine, I will provide you with any resources that I can. And I will also suggest for you to check out this video on YouTube that will further assist you and guide you along when it comes to sleep practices. So we're going to go right into our next subject. And those questions, I'm going to address all of those at the end, so no worries. I'm not ignoring you. So we're going to talk about a mother's sleep survival guide. Did I tell y'all before about being a Chicago native? They're going to get these hands, feet, and all that stuff. But moving on. So, most new mothers find getting adequate sleep can in fact be a challenge. Getting up constantly is disruptive, and especially can disrupt your quality sleep time. And you're not alone and when it comes to this, especially with feeling exhausted and irritable. That's understandable. You're not getting the adequate amount of sleep, right? Now, this survival guide will help you get more quality sleep and offer some coping strategies to make the temporary sleep loss easier to bear. And I know that you guys want me to drive right in, but this is, I would only be providing some tidbits out of here because this is also associated with our full version, and we're not going to give the full version at this time. So, first thing, like I always mention, is to seek additional support. Now, the first few weeks are often the most demanding, the most challenging. So think ahead to arrange the support that you will need. Your parents and other loved ones may be able to move in temporarily, or like I mentioned, get you a postpartum doula so that you'll be able to exchange mutual assistance with other parents as well as the support that you have in your neighborhood. If your budget does permit, like I mentioned, consider hiring a temporary nurse or a postpartum doula. I would say the next thing would be is to ask someone to cover the first nighttime feeding. So that is very beneficial, especially if you have your partner available. Have the partner definitely assist when it comes to nighttime feeding. This way that you're able to get your adequate amount of sleep and rest, and the baby is still covered at all times. So consider reaching out and let your partner know what you need so that you can get that assistance. I already mentioned about enlisting your partner's help. Definitely work towards a consistent schedule. And these are, some of these I'm actually addressing the questions that I see here in the comments. So work towards a consistent schedule. Rest assured that this is only temporary, and you can definitely look forward to getting back on a regular sleep schedule. You and your family will definitely rest better when you have regular bedtimes. Some coping strategies, especially with me being a holistic doula, I did want to implement some temporary sleep, some coping strategies for temporary sleep loss. Meditate. Meditation provides some of the same benefits as sleep. So if you have trouble falling asleep, or there's no time for a nap, try some deep breathing meditation so that you can relax your body, relax your mind, and get into that deep meditative sleep state. And it's just as amazing as if you were just getting sleep. Eat a healthy diet. You can improve your sleep by avoiding excessive caffeine or alcohol. And once again, I do not own the rights to the music playing in the background, so don't copyright strike this video. And you can improve your sleep by also avoiding excessive caffeine or alcohol. Drink lots of water because dehydration can in fact also be tiring. A balanced diet will also help provide the energy that you need. Okay, so that did answer some of the questions that I seen here. And as I mentioned, if you're interested in learning more for the full version, then just reach out to me and I can make sure I provide you with that. This is just the informational session, so I can provide you guys with some tips and tricks so that you can get the adequate sleep that you've been missing. Okay, so we're moving on. Okay, so we're moving on so that we can initially establish a good nighttime routine for families with small children. Now, this is where I mentioned the first two sections were initially for babies. Now, this one is for the small children, of course, not necessarily babies, but those moving on within months, right? So they've already cracked the 90 days as far as being 3 months. So this is more so for 3 months or older. And as I mentioned, I'm just going to give you guys the abridged version. If you want the full session, then of course you would just have to reach out to me for that. Now, one of the questions that I saw here asked me about nighttime activities. I would say to set up a sequence of activities that you do in order, that you do right before bedtime each night. And don't break this rule. Just consistently do this so that you can go ahead and set that sleep schedule in stone. This way your kids know what to expect and when it's time to wind down for bed. They know that after reading time, it's time for bed. So don't break that. Just continue that up. This way it also puts them in the mind like, okay, we understand. After mom and dad comes in, or grandma, or whomever comes in and read us this bedtime story, we know it's time for bed. So our body is already trained and our mind is already trained as well to continue on. I would say, if anything, start your nighttime routine with hygiene. So this is before the story time. I would say, walk them in, wash their face, brush their teeth. Hey, I would say even bath time, because bath time is the best time, because this way you're able to soak and relax, and it just gets the body soothed and ready for rest time. So allow a little extra time for your kids to play, and make the bedtime routine as firm as possible. After bath time, then I will follow up with brushing the teeth. So you're making sure that you've done everything to basically get them wound down, or to relax them and get them settled and prepared and ready for bedtime. That's why I mentioned bath time. After bath time, of course, that gets the body in the mood. Then brush their teeth, read a story to them, and then after the story is over, it's bedtime. It's time for sleep. So if you stay consistent, and if you stay consistent and firm, then in fact that you will also start to begin to notice the changes within your children as far as their going to sleep habits and staying asleep at that. You can also sing a lullaby or say goodnight to your children. Of course, those are amazing habits to have, but you do this in your own special way. This way your child also remembers the evening routine for a lifetime, and they understand what they have to do and how it goes. So if you stay consistent, they are consistent, and that would also show structure. Okay, so we move from babies, fresh babies that's a couple of months old. Now we're moving into those that's getting older, right? So older children can also help with some of the younger ones. The most important thing is that everyone gets done in an orderly manner, and that your family takes the time to be together and enjoy each other. And this way everyone goes to sleep at the same time, and it's a routine that's amazing to stick with. Please, please, please bless your family by establishing a nighttime routine. Stick to it in the beginning, and you'll soon notice the changes, and that the routine is second nature. So you don't have to consistently yell every time, it's time for bedtime and everyone doesn't want to follow lead. If you stay consistent with the routine, that it will consistently stay within that routine, and it's like second nature to them as well. Automatically, you will also be bonding every night, and getting everything done within a minimum amount of stress. So this way you can begin experiencing order and the peace that you deserve by starting a nighttime routine today. And like I mentioned, you can find out more as far as the full version of this. You would just have to reach out to me, as this is just the abridged version, like for our informational session, the things that you can try, and to make sure that you, baby, as well as the other family, all of you guys get the sleep that you have been missing. Okay, so now I'm going to open the floor up for questions, and if you guys have any additional questions that I did not address within this video, you have the opportunity to go ahead and drop those in the comments right now. Yes, I am enjoying my Starbucks. As I mentioned before, maybe let me make sure I say this again. I do not own the rights to any of the music playing in the background, so don't copyright strike my video. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so someone mentioned, I see within one of the comments regarding as far as, what do you think about lullabies? I think singing a lullaby or saying some type of, singing to the baby, I think singing to the baby or the older children, that's an amazing thing, and you're doing this creatively and you're doing this in your own special way for them. So I think that's a great option, and for you to take on if that's something that you wanted to do, and that routine also will last a lifetime with them. Okay. Okay, so let me check. Okay, so yes, so that kind of concludes everything that we've talked about. This way you're able to establish a great nighttime routine for families with small children as well as the other kids. And as I mentioned before, establishing a good nighttime routine can become difficult for families with children of all ages. Now, if you start introducing a routine early in life, your kids may be more likely to stick to a routine later in life. And that's all we're trying to achieve, so that we are not sleep deprived and we're getting the necessary sleep that all of us need in order to grow in life. Thank you guys so much for just checking out this video. If you are interested in the full version, please reach out to me and I can definitely have that out to you. But once again, this is Corrine Honeywood, doula with Motorcycle Mama Doula and Wellness LLC. And this concludes our video on Get More Sleep. Bye.